My name is Tanya. I've decided to start posting these videos as a way to just get things off of my chest, and I'm sure other people can relate. Um, yeah, sometimes it's helpful to just speak things into the void, and have this hope that the right people are listening, and that there's a purpose for all of this. And yeah, I've never been one to be much about the speaking. In fact, I spent most of my life just being quiet, and everyone called me shy. And yeah, at school, people would make a big deal when I spoke. So yeah, I guess being an adult now and wanting to do this as a way to connect to others feels really nice, just as a creative tool. So yeah, today the topic I'm thinking about is breaking point. And it's been on my mind quite a lot these past few weeks, and I'm sure everyone has these times that they can reflect back on, kind of when things come from all angles, like family, work, home, life, just all kinds of life things. And yeah, and I guess when we do hit that breaking point and everything feels like too much, something I would have done in the past is like block off the world completely and withdraw, turn my phone off, quit my job if I have to, take a flight somewhere if I have to, drink a lot of alcohol, smoke cigarettes, take things just like to get completely out of my head and escape the situation completely. And lately, yeah, I haven't had those things or vices. I've decided to, yeah, stop all that completely, and it does make a lot of these emotions that you've been hiding come to the surface. And but it's been such a big change to notice how it transforms me to hold steady in those times when everything feels almost unbearable. Like, crying in fetus position unbearable, and just like praying for something to happen unbearable. Like when there's nothing else that you feel like you can do other than that. And a thing that's been really big in my life is having faith, and I guess that's where the fetus position, crying and praying, comes from. Because I never had that before. I never had the ability to pray to something to get me out of these situations, or come into these situations and help me get through them. And over the past 2 years, I've really been leaning into that, and it's like something to practice, because when you first started, you feel like you don't really have any trust in God or the universe or the higher power. It's kind of like, ugh, why? But yeah, I'm at a point right now where I'm questioning my career path, something I've dedicated like 10 years of my life to, becoming a psychologist. And because I'm neurodivergent, I've been diagnosed with ADHD, and I just haven't found like regular workplace settings to be fitting. It's been very difficult to fit into those workplaces. So I've kind of gone around in loops trying to find a job that is a fit for me, and I finally have, and it's like a nature therapy, outdoor based role, and I found this place finally after about 6 years of moving between jobs, about a year and a half in each one, and now that I've finally found this role, it's been audited and reviewed by the psychology board, and yeah, I'm just completely in limbo as to whether they will approve the role or not. And it's kind of like my last ditch effort to become a registered psychologist. Like, I've been working as a provisional psychologist for 3 years now. It's been my dream ever since I was a kid. Like, I could cry even thinking about it. Yeah. You know, when you're just, yeah, you've held on to something for so long, and you just, like, have been trying to push through and get to the end. And the only other thing I can relate that to is, I was in a relationship for about 8 or 9 years. We were going to get married, and yeah, just deep down I knew, like, I didn't want this, and I didn't have a reason. Like, there was nothing really wrong or, you know, terribly wrong. Both people were, like, you know, doing the best that they wanted to do, and yeah, that's the other equivalent I can relate this to. Just that, like, going down one path for so long that, like, changing direction seems impossible, because the alternative is like a complete unknown situation. And I'm finding that now with my career. Like, I've been trying so hard for, it's been almost 10 years, and it's finally coming to the point where it's like, I don't think this is for me if I'm coming against this many barriers. And that's really hard. I guess that's where faith comes into it, because if I'm being deterred from this path, if it's this difficult despite my, you know, trying, then maybe there's something better out there for me, which, you know, is easy to say, but it's another thing to just let go completely. But I just feel like I have to. I don't know if you guys who believe in a higher power can relate to that, like, that maybe there's a reason why things are not meant to be. But yeah, haven't let go fully yet, but it's just all sinking in. Anyway, yeah, this past 2 weeks, there's a whole bunch of things going on. Like, I decided I can't talk to one of my parents. It's just, yeah, it's just not good for me right now. But yeah, obviously that was a big decision. You wait a long time for someone to be a certain way, and it takes a lot of acceptance to get to the point that they're not going to change. And I think I finally got to that point. But that's happened in the past few weeks, and there's been all these random little things, like someone backed into my car yesterday and didn't leave a message. That kind of sucked. I got a medical test back that said I have an abnormal test result. I need to go to the GP. That sucked. There was like a vet bill last week because my dog ate something toxic. We had to go to the vet. I got a letter in the mail to say that I have a potential foreign bank account. I have to provide all of these documents to prove that I don't have a foreign bank account, but Oh, and another one of my parents came back from a 6-month holiday to our home country. I was born here, they were born over there, and I find out from the neighbor that um, that parent is coming back in a few days. And when you don't get, I guess, yeah, when you don't get just a message of a message of a considerate message from a parent, it, yeah, obviously brings up some things, but yeah, it's been the past few weeks, and I've just been reflecting on how past me would have crumbled totally, totally, but I wanted to make this message in case it helps someone who has some inkling of wanting to incorporate spirituality and belief in a higher power or God or the universe into their life. And I can't encourage it enough, like, to be sitting here and to be like, my family is in turmoil. Oh, yeah. And another thing is, like, my grandparent is completely mentally deteriorating and my family doesn't talk to each other, so that's just a whole, yeah, thing. But yeah, if anyone else has like this, or maybe you guys already like have the faith and the spirituality and it helps you a lot. And I guess I'm like, I've only been doing this for about maybe 2 years or, yeah, 2 years. And I can't express how much it's changed my life to be like able to be like, this is out of my hands. Like, as someone who, like I said, I studied psychology with like this hope that like I can be the solver of all of these issues. Like, I can be the healer. And I still believe that I am that in some respect, but to team up with the higher power and to have like an acknowledgement of boundaries and a limit and to be like, I've reached my limit with my family. I've reached my limit with my career. Like, I can't push anymore, and if I do, like, I'm just going to mentally and physically deteriorate. I never had that limit before. I did mentally and physically deteriorate. Like, I know I said I have ADHD, but like I used to have an eating disorder. I was riddled with anxiety. Like I said, I just withdrew and isolated, and that was my way of coping with things. Like, no voice, no ability to try and engage with the world to get some sort of like favorable outcome for me. Just complete like collapse, like not too much. So yeah, in these like falling apart moments, to be able to know my limit as a human and to just like, yeah, I have put in 10 years of effort into trying to become a psychologist, including like studies and work. And now it's kind of out of my hands. And I'm just going to leave it up to God or the higher power to try and give me direction because I can't push anymore. And yes, I have tried with my family. And I'm going to do my best and I'm going to put my heart into it, but at some point I have to just acknowledge that it's not for me to sort out. And I can't tell you how much of a relief that is. Like, I can sleep. I can sleep at night. I don't know if anyone else has sleeping issues, but that's another thing. Like, I would have disturbed sleep all night. I would never have a good sleep. Like, I have a good sleep now, like, despite these things happening and uncertainty and, like, you know, I've got, like, a few $100s in my bank account, and, like, my work is at stake. Like, you know, those are, like, scary, crappy things. But, I can sleep at night because I know like something has my back. God has my back. And I'm not putting my idea of God, I can see Holy Mother Mary in the background, but my faith is, from my cultural background, Christian Orthodox, but yeah, I acknowledge the other faiths, and they are all important and relevant. This is the one that I lean on because it just comes naturally, maybe to my DNA or whatever, my family, how I grew up, even though I wasn't brought up encouraged to do this. You know, we went to church like twice a year, Christmas and Easter, so I wasn't like, yeah, pushed into anything, but it just came naturally to lean into that. But yeah, you've probably got your own thing that you want to lean into. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, whatever you want to lean into, I just can't encourage it enough. It's changed my life and made me look at challenges in a completely different way. I think of this time in particular, which has been the most like emotionally demanding in like a few years. I think of this time now with this like dual, like yes, it's painful, but also it's going to turn me into a stronger woman, and it's all going somewhere for a purpose. And I never had that outlook before. I could never like look into the future like that. It was always like, this issue is happening right now, and it's bringing me down and ruining everything, like, and then I just shut down. But now I'm like, keep running, keep walking, keep jogging, fucking crawl if you have to, like, just keep going forward. And I have the forward momentum now, and definitely has to do with my belief in God, and maybe you have that as well. I just wanted to share this because this like breaking point in particular is really testing me, and like to not lean on drinking or smoking or like running away from all my problems, I think is a dang miracle, especially with the family stuff, because it just brings up things that it's all in the body, it's all in the mind, and yeah, I just feel really grateful, and feel like things will be okay no matter what, and would love to hear if anyone else feels this way or can relate. Yeah, just needed to get that off my chest, and yeah. Alright, goodbye for now.